The recording? Honey, is it recording? Are you sure it's recording?
Is that going to be your signature thing now?
Alright, let's talk about some... Yeah.
Christy salad, Kevin salad.
She's having a big old salad for dinner.
I've got ham and cheese.
Within days, maybe 4 or 5 days after disaster, all the fresh fruits and vegetables are going to dry up in your area. They're going to spoil. Whatever fresh fruits and vegetables you have in your house are going to spoil. But some people are lucky enough to live close to orchards where they can just go and pick their stuff. Some people are lucky enough to have fruit trees in their backyard, or are lucky enough to have a garden planted. So after a disaster, people are going to be eating out of a can after a few days. Well, most people eat out of cans anyway. But this is just some canned ham that I have. And this is what most people are going to be eating. Some type of canned meat, canned ham, ravioli, soup, just something out of a can. You're going to take and you're going to be living off of this kind of stuff. Well, this doesn't provide a lot of your necessary nutrients. This doesn't provide a lot of your vitamin C, vitamin A, some of your other nutrients. It does provide a lot of fat, a lot of salt. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do for your nutrients? Because you can't live off of this. You can't live off of this. And I'm cheating a little bit. I've got a little brown and serve roll right here just for the side. So I'm cheating a little bit. So what are you going to do? This is where this patio garden project comes into play. As we've talked about, taking a tub, and after you get your supplies out from underneath the bed, what do you do with the tub? Well, what you do with the tub is you take and you fill it up with dirt. You throw in a little fertilizer, and for this one we used some Miracle-Gro flower food. Just Miracle-Gro, just some Miracle-Gro fertilizer that you use on your flowers. That's all we used for this project. So what we have here are some radishes. These are just leafy green radishes that I grew in one of the tubs. So while you're eating your ham or your Spam or whatever else, it's after a disaster, then you can, this is Newman's Own olive oil and vinegar. It says right there on the top, does not require refrigeration. So while you're eating your Spam and canned ham and stuff and running low on nutrients, I'm going to be eating the stuff that I grew out of my garden. And this is what y'all been seeing for the past few weeks. These are radishes, little baby radishes, immature little baby radishes that I grew in a tub on my front porch. The gardening project is for you to be able to supplement your diet with leafy green vegetables and your canned goods. That's what this is all about. For you to be able to get some type of nutrients into your system after disaster. Alright, so let's review. We're talking about growing stuff in wintertime, late fall, early spring, out on your patio, or areas where there's limited sunlight, maybe in partial shade if you got a bunch of shade trees in your yard. And because of the cold weather, or cool weather, or shade conditions, the plants may not grow very fast. They may not grow at all. They may just grow up a little bit and stop. Because of that, you don't want to grow anything that requires a lot of sunlight, like zucchini or squash or watermelons. You don't want to grow those because they may never ripen. What you do want to grow is stuff, one, that you could eat at any time in its development. Just like the radishes. You could eat them at any time. If this was July, no, this is the December 1st. If this was July or August, this would be a big green leafy top where just 1 or 2 radishes would be enough to feed 2 or 3 people, along with your extra stuff. Alright, so because they do not mature, or they may mature later, you want stuff that you can, 1, eat without cooking, eat at any time during its development. You don't want to have to give it 2 or 3 months for it to finally bear something like watermelon, which would take 3 to 4 months. Squash or zucchini, squash or zucchini that could take 2 to 3 months. You want something that grows fast, eat at any time, it's not cookable, it's where you don't have to cook it. Examples of that include greens, turnip, mustard, collard greens, radishes, spinach, and cabbage. Those items that you can eat at any time during its development, does not have to be cooked, and has a lot of nutrients in it. Alright people, well that's it for the patio gardening. We have here some canned ham, as y'all saw. And we have here some baby radishes. So whenever y'all are wondering where your next meal is going to be coming from after disaster, I'll be pulling stuff up out of the ground. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later.